Hi guys, this is a Korean Girl Eats, and today we're going to be making banchan! Alright, so obviously there are so many different types of banchan you could be making, but what I'm going to be showing you are a few different banchan you can make with dried fish or squid or dried octopus. These are really good because you could literally just have some banchan with a bowl of rice and soup and make a full meal. And banchan is great because not only is it amazing with flavor, but it stores for a long time. There's a lot of nutritional content as well, especially when you're eating with the dried fish. I'm going to be showing you 3 different banchans you can make with the same ingredients, except just changing out the same base of the ingredient. Oftentimes you'll notice in Korean food that there's a lot of similarities between dishes. With just a tiny tweak, it becomes a new dish. The same goes with banchan, just a tiny tweak and you can make a new banchan. I'm going to be showing you this dried octopus. You can find this at any Asian grocery store. This one is from Korea, so I don't have the packaging available, but it looks like this. It's like dried and kind of like stringy looking, and it's actually fully cooked as it is, and you can actually eat it as is. It's actually really good. Tastes really like umami flavor. Love it. So yeah, you could eat that as is, just as a snack, but the way you make it, it's really easy to eat with rice, and it's actually one of my most enjoyed banchan. I love the octopus banchan. Whenever we're out and they serve it to us in Korean restaurants, I will definitely always finish that banchan because it's so good. But besides that, we're also making a shredded dried Pollack banchan, and it looks like this. This one is from 자연과 사람들 Pollack shredded. This one, unfortunately, you can't really eat by itself like you could eat the dried octopus, or maybe you can, but I don't know, it doesn't look that appetizing. I feel like it's going to be like really dry. And we're also going to be cooking with this thing, which is dried anchovies. So there's actually a few different sizes of anchovy you can make. This is the medium size, but there's also the really small ones, and then there's a larger one. So the really small ones are better with like lighter seasoned banchans, while kind of like the medium ones, you could make it for banchan, but it's better with the ones with more robust flavor. And then finally, the large ones, I wouldn't really recommend you cooking it as a banchan. It's really good for your stock. So basically, I make a ton of soups that use the large anchovies with like mushrooms and kelp, and it just turns into like a really delicious umami flavored stock. But the thing about the big ones, or even the medium-sized ones, is you need to be careful to take out there's like a piece of poop that is inside of it. I know it sounds kind of gross, but it's just like a normal thing for fishies to have, and you just have to take out that piece of poop. Otherwise, your stock will taste a little bit more bitter. I mean, people cook with it. I actually have made videos in the past where I didn't take it out when I probably should have. It's really up to you. It looks like this. I'll just show you with the medium-sized one. So this is a medium-sized anchovy, but when you look at it, that's the poo. That's the thing that's gonna make it taste bitter. So yeah, just break off the head, toss the head. It takes a few more seconds, but it could be worth it in the long run if you don't want like a slightly bitter flavor to your soup. Those are the banchans I'm gonna be making with you guys today. So let's begin.
Roast 1 cup of anchovies on dry heat until it gets nice and crispy. You'll know it's ready to take off the pan when the color turns a light brown. Set it aside and add a drizzle of olive oil, 2 tablespoons of maesil chung, 1 tablespoon of agave, and 1 tablespoon of garlic. Add the dried anchovies and half a cup of chopped walnuts to the sauce and cook for 1 minute, or until the sauce is incorporated into the anchovies. Finally, add a 1/4 cup of green peppers and cook for another minute. When finished, sprinkle on a tablespoon of sesame seeds. Drizzle on some olive oil. Once the oil is heated, add a tablespoon of red pepper paste. When the oil turns slightly pink, add a tablespoon of garlic and 2 tablespoons of agave. Cook it out until it's mixed together. Add 1.5 to 2 cups of dried octopus and stir it into the sauce until well incorporated. Add a tablespoon of sesame oil and cook it a little bit more. Finally, add about a tablespoon of rice syrup and sprinkle on a tablespoon of sesame seeds. Massage in 1 tablespoon of mayonnaise to a cup of dried shredded Pollack for about 1 minute. This is to help tenderize the hard pieces so it's easier to eat. Heat up the pan and drizzle on some olive oil. Add a tablespoon of red pepper paste and cook the paste out until the oil is slightly pink. Add a tablespoon of garlic and 2 tablespoons of agave and cook the sauce out until it bubbles. Add a tablespoon of soy sauce and a tablespoon of sesame oil. Add the mayo-coated dried Pollack to the sauce and cook for about a minute or until incorporated. Finally, add a tablespoon of rice syrup. This is to help it give a nice shiny coat. Sprinkle on some sesame seeds, and you're done. Roast the medium dried anchovies on a pan until there are hues of light brown on the fish. Drizzle on some olive oil and add a tablespoon of gochujang until the oil turns slightly pink. Add on a tablespoon of garlic, 2 tablespoons of agave, and a tablespoon of sesame oil. Add in the roasted dried anchovies and cook until incorporated. Finally, drizzle on a tablespoon of rice syrup for the nice shiny coat and sprinkle on a tablespoon of sesame seeds.
Alright, so like I said, we made the small 멸치, this guy, with the tiny little anchovies. This guy is this small, so kind of to show you. And then we made spicy 멸치 one with the medium-sized ones. This is the mini one, and then this is the medium-sized one. It makes sense to make the medium-sized one with the more robust flavored banchan and the smaller one with less heavily flavored banchan because this guy has less meat. So it's almost like how you would, I kind of think of it like, okay, the more salty and more flavorful the dish is, the more rice you eat it with. Like 갈비찜, you're gonna probably eat a lot of rice. Or 간장게장, they call it a 밥도둑 because it's really good, but it's very salty and very flavor forward, and so you need a lot of rice with it. That's kind of how I think about what types of flavors and size go with what size 멸치 or anchovy. Okay, so now that we made it, I'm gonna try it for you guys. This is the 간장 anchovy with the mini anchovies. So this is called 간장 멸치 볶음. 간장 means soy sauce, 멸치 is anchovy, and 볶음 is stir-fried. I actually think that the peppers that we added really add a lot to the flavor, and it's also nice to have like a crunch of pepper when you're eating this because it's like fresh. Oh, it's not like super fresh obviously because we cooked it, but and hodo or walnut. I could just eat that by itself, but Also delicious with rice. Now these 3 banchans you can make with all of the same ingredients. The only slight difference is how you prepare the main ingredient, right? So this one, you have to cook it out first before you add all the flavorings in it. And then the octopus one, you have to mix it with some mayonnaise before you cook it. And then the or the dried pollock, you also have to either put it in mayonnaise, or if you want to make it super soft, you can actually dunk it in water for like 5 minutes and it'll be like super smooth. But I actually think that cooking it without dunking it in water gives it some personality. I don't know if that's the right word, but it gives it texture and it's an enjoyable part of enjoying dried pollock for me. I don't know if it's just me, but the pollock kind of tastes smoky. Always a favorite. So good. This guy will always have a place in my heart. Chan! Ooh, something's ready. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I want to show you guys just how versatile these sauces are. I know it seems like there might be so many different types of banchan, so many different types of soups or whatever, but when you really think about it, you could break it down into this formula, and the only thing that really changes is the base. I really hope this was helpful for you guys, even in terms of exploring the different types of banchan you could make. If you like what you saw today, that would be cool. And subscribe, please. I'm going to be sharing a lot more recipes as well as some restaurants I'm going to be visiting. Yeah, I would love it if you guys would join me. All right, thanks for joining me. Bye.